was your reaction when you learned that a sequel to The Devil Wears Prada was officially happening?
Well, that meant I would get paid, so I was very happy. I had said I would do it just based on the script. I said, if you can get those other lunatics to come in, I'm in. And everybody else said yes, and we were off to the races and to the races because we didn't have a lot of time.
No. We hit the
You
ground
came
running.
in one day. She came in one day from another movie.
Yeah, and we had
in Hungary or somewhere. Where were you? Romania, somewhere.
Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
But I love the drama of your imagination.
No, that's what. But you said you were. Where were you?
I went there after. That was
okay.
That. No, but it's kind of. I just like when you were talking about it.
Yeah.
I just got like this vision of like the bat symbol, but instead it's our red shoe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it hit the sky, and we were all like, "We must to Elias Clark."
Awesome. Okay. What was it like stepping back into your respective characters' shoes after all these years?
Shoes? It was very difficult because this is hard for me. I mean, it's a long day, and I love getting my slippers on at the end of the day, like a real grandma, But yeah, I thought that was hard. This person ran through Manhattan endlessly in her shoes, and she says, doesn't really hurt my feet.
I never.
Yes,
no,
you did.
I didn't. I said the last thing I said to you on set was, "Oh no, they hurt."
Oh yeah, that was the last thing. But early
No,
in
I
the
was-
shoot, you said,
No.
it's so funny. It doesn't really hurt me. I thought,
No, that was just a point. That I was manifesting that truth. No, actually, in the first
But you
film when I
did
was
run.
22,
oh yeah.
they didn't hurt. They didn't. And this one, I went, ooh. And I thought,
Yeah.
at 42-year-old, I should probably throw in there a couple times. So there was this one day where I was wearing these huge, I think they were like Ralph Lauren platform shoes.
Yeah.
And I realized that Andy would have taken the subway home in those shoes. And I said, David, I just have to be like doing a very Andy muttering about them, just be like, so stupid, so pretty, so stupid. And it just has to be some kind of commentary on
Something,
it.
yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it like reuniting with your director, David Frankel?
It was
Heaven.
wonderful. He's just, everybody knows that just the loveliest man. And we had a joint interview with him this morning, and he was talking about how he'd kept a diary, and on the fourth day, he wrote, "How could a day be any worse than this day?" He had no idea. We were ecstatically happy. He kept it. He keeps it all to himself, and he's unfailingly kind and smart and focused. But as a leader on the set, he understands that not everybody wants to know that you're in dangerous waters. You're nearing the iceberg. Got to keep it to yourself. And he did.
I hold David in a particular place of gratitude because, like most people, when I was 22, it was kind of a mess. And he just was so kind about the human being that I was and the developmental state that I was in. And he just protected me, and he looked out for me, and he was so good to me, and he graced me so much. And over the years, I've called him for advice. I've stayed in touch. And so it was such a joy to be reunited with him as an adult now who knows how to take care of herself and didn't have to lean on him so hard. And this time I just kind of like, you know what? I'd love to take care of you this time. My feet don't hurt. How many miles do you need me to run?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. All right. I know you've both worked or interacted with other cast members over the years, but what was it like getting this particular gang back together?
It's so funny because I feel like I've answered that question about 9 million times. How about you?
It's true.
It's true.
But something did just pop into my head.
What? Okay.
Which was so I've had 20 years to like think about what my favorite cast experiences have been, and the first one has always been right at the top. And so if there was a group of people that I could choose to be reunited with, it is 100% this cast. And they're one of the first scenes where it was all four of us together and the insults are just flying across the table and the lines are coming out, you know, so, I mean, it was like watching this brilliant tennis match. It was just happening. And then everybody's improving and it's just, and I just remember thinking, this only happens with this group. I've only experienced like this level of chemistry with this group. So, and what I knew this time at this stage of my life was, so just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, don't
That's right.
fret, don't think too much about the future. Don't even think about like, just be here with these people and enjoy this because this is what magic feels like.
It was also sort of like picking up from yesterday. I mean, it really, by the way, you're so young, but when you get older, 10 years is
Nothing.
You know, nothing. It's nothing. 20 years is a little something, but not really. Not really. It's not like the first 20 years, which you can remember every single summer of your life. You know, from 20 to 40 gets a little more indistinct. From 40 to 60 gets a little more indistinct. From 60 to wherever I am, 75, it gets really far. Everything seems about 5 years ago to me.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. This one is for Meryl. Without giving away too many spoilers, in what ways has Miranda changed over the last 20 years, and in what ways has she remained the same?
I think that essentially she's remained herself. Her core demeanor, her aspirations for herself and for Runway, her expectation of herself and to hold herself to a certain line of responsibility and a standard. She's that same person, but the edges have been rounded a little bit by time and by the uncertainties of the world in which journalism exists, the magazine business exists or doesn't. And just as we're all navigating the unknown of what the digital landscape holds for us.
And this one's for Anne. Did you ever find yourself thinking about Andy over the course of the past 20 years and think about what she'd be up to?
No, I haven't. I don't really have that relationship with my characters. You know, I don't. I'll watch the films that I've made maybe once. You know, just to kind of be respectful to the process and be out of curiosity about what we made. But I don't really live in the past. You know. My relationship with my characters is through the making of them and through all the thought that goes into them and the muscle memory of playing them. But no, I don't have the sort of information that you would need to be able to say something like that. I'm not the writer. And so, because I couldn't just imagine Andy, I'd have to imagine her within the context and as she relates to all of these other storylines, because that's how she exists in the first one for me.